Hello, this is Cynthia Renee, and I have a special guest here to help us learn a little bit today more about color theory and particularly how we apply it to color chords and the color green. Last Friday, I broadcast live from a recording studio, and that's where my daughter, Dada, was doing some voice recording. And that very same day, she put together an outfit that I thought, wow, where did she get this? Is it really genetic? She put together what I call a color chord. Here, Hallie, let me show. See, these are all colors. That's like a 3-note, and one is not stronger than the other. Boom, they all make such an impact, the three of them together, to be really constructive. They become more than if she just wore all green or all purple or all lime green. They become more. It really, they construct with each other. They make each other more. They're synergistic. A lot of people combine colors in a way that they're a little afraid, and it becomes like deconstructive. They are like what elevator music, kind of boring. So see how she is? She's wearing monochrome. She's wearing different colors. It's a forest green sweater, a purple blouse, lime green hat, and then she put it with a jade piece that was a gift from me. So I thought that was a beautiful example of a color chord. So there you have a color chord. Let's hold that in your mind, and Hal, you can go have lunch now if you want.
Are you sure? Yeah. Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
So I wanted to talk a little bit more about green, because green is a combination of blue and yellow. Both those things make green, and green is kind of a complicated color because of that. It can be yellowish green, bluish green, and of course then it can have brown in it and black in it and so forth. But it's kind of confusing. But if we think of color as, I developed something called the color palette system and trademarked it, where there's vivid, icy, and muted colors. I'll give you an example, okay? These are muted colors. It's like sage green, very earthy. This is more of a pine green. Think of, it's strong though. It's like sequoia trees or going out into a pine forest. It's strong and there's a heaviness. Here is a vivid green. It's like a leaf green or like peridot. It can be really alive and zippy. And then here is an icy green, like a sea foam. It's really sheeny. And these things all have different feelings and different combinations. If I take a sage green and I combine, say, green with it, here's some malachite beads. It doesn't do much of anything, does it? Because there's more blue within this malachite, and this is more of a lighter kind of sagey green. It looks so much better if you combine it. Here it is with a mixture of different colored jades, which are also earthy. And then I put in here some aquamarine beads so that the whole necklace didn't become so weighted down in the earth. There's a little bit of sky in it, so it is light and bright. Now, if I combine this earthy piece with the pine, which is also kind of muted, it'll work okay. I mean, it's okay. You could get away with that. If I combine the pine with the green, it's kind of a snore. They really don't do each other very well either. That's why a lot of people, when they have emerald jewelry, they think they need to wear green with it. No, it's really better if you wear a contrasting color like red or rust or yellow. But look at this kind of green if I put it with carnelian. Again, these are kind of earthy colored. It goes together and they talk to each other back and forth. It really starts singing. Now, if I put icy green with carnelian, this carnelian is too heavy for it, isn't it? It really just drags it down. It doesn't let it sing. Whereas if I combine it with something vivid like chrysoprase, it's okay, but it's not really enough contrast. There's not enough depth in it to really add much interest. But look at it with blue chalcedony. It's actually very pretty, or an icy colored gemstone earring. It's light enough to let it lift up, to let it sing. Now, if I take this vivid leaf green peridot color, but it's in my shawl, right? And I combine that with a heavy green, it'll work okay. But it really doesn't do that much to me. If I combine it with this kind of color, that'll work too, especially if you wore like brown pants with it and a cream top. Something like that would be beautiful. But look at it if I combine a variety of other vivid colors with it. It's really alive. It becomes very vibrant and alive. And if I combine the same piece with my forest green sweater, it'll work. But this sweater's kind of conservative, isn't it? And then you take a piece with it that's it has a different feeling. It's not conservative. It's not as tight, and this moves a little much. I think that doesn't really work too well. And if I put it with my sage green jacket here, that'll work, but it's not perfect. It's not right on. So when you're thinking about combining colors, think about whether they're muted and earthy, whether they're vivid and boom and really sing, like, you know, like the tropics, or are they, what is, I said, muted, earthy, vivid, oh, or icy, you know, like ice. You can understand what that means. Like, it's like ice. And then you got to combine jewelry of a color that combines with it in a way so that they sing, that doesn't drag it down. Does that help? Give you any ideas on what to combine? Because I think we'll be wearing more green and red during the holiday season this year. And you could take that same green piece of clothing and combine it with, you know, this can work really well for the holidays too, right? So if you have any questions, let me know. I love to get your comments. That really helps, and it helps other people who watch them too. So please, in the comment sections, leave anything you have to add. You can send a picture of something you're wondering what to wear it with. I love doing that kind of thing. We'll have our trunk show sale on November 30th between 8 and 10 p.m. Eastern. There'll be more on that soon. And thank you so much. Bye-bye.